Hello, hello, and how are you? I'm good, I'm great, I'm wonderful. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Happy Classroom. And today, do you know where are we? We are in the outer space. But first, I need you to please listen, listen, listen. How's the weather? How's the weather? How's the weather today? Is it sunny or is it rainy? How's the weather today? Look outside. How's the weather today? It's sunny here. It's sunny. The sun is out and I am ready to play. So, how's the weather on your side? Since today here on my side it's sunny, let's talk about sunny day. Where does sunlight come from? Let's find out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Look here. Look there. Look here. Look there. See what I found. What I found. What is this? It's the bright sun. It's the bright sun. I found the sun. So let's talk about the sun. Are you ready? So now let's talk about the sun. Just now we spot this. What is this? This is the sun. This is the sun. The sun. And just now the sun is so bright, so bright, because the sun, it is a shining star. The sun is a star itself. So the sun shines on itself. The sun is a star. It shines on itself. The sun. So now let's talk about the sun. The sun, it is a star and it shines on itself. Just now we saw it, right? Then the second point, it is the biggest in the solar system. The sun is the biggest star in the solar system. And the sun's core, it's very hot. It is about 15 million degrees Celsius. It's very hot. So now learners, you can find out what's the temperature in your house. My temperature here, it's 30 degrees. It's just 30 degrees. But the sun's core is about 15 million degrees Celsius. And that is a lot. And the last point, because the sun shines by itself, it is a star. So it provides the heat and light to the earth, to us humans, to animals, and to the plants. So this is the sun. So now let's revise about the facts about the sun. Are you ready? The sun, it is a star and it shines. It is the biggest in the solar system and it's very hot. It's about 50 million degrees Celsius. And lastly, it provides heat and light. It is the sun, the shining star, the sun. And now, after we know about the facts about the sun, let's continue to find out other mystery. Are you ready? Let's Look, 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 look. Let's look, 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 look. Look here, look there, look here, look there. See what I found. What is this? Do you spot the sun there? I spot the sun there. And there's other planets. There's the sun, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's 8 planets. I spot the sun and the 8 planets. And let's find out, what is it all about? The sun and the 8 planets. We found out the sun and the 8 planets. And here's the sun. The sun. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's the 8 planets. The sun and the 8 planets, it forms the solar system. The solar system. Solar system. And do you remember about the facts of the sun? The sun is the biggest in the solar system. And now, can you spot the earth? Can you spot the earth? We spot the sun. And there's the earth. The 3rd planet. The first one is here. The second one is here. The 3rd one, it's the earth. The earth. And the sun and the earth and the other 7 planets form the solar system. And now, after we know we spot the sun and the earth, let's go back to our question. Where does the sunlight come from? We know that the sunlight comes from the sun because the sun shines by itself. So the sunlight comes from the sun. But how does the sunlight reach the earth? How does the sunlight reach the earth? Let's find out. So I'll have my sun. I'll use a torchlight to represent the sunlight. The sunlight comes from the sun, right? I'll use a torchlight to represent the sun and the sunlight. And I will put it here. And I have my earth here. So now, let's see. How does the sunlight reach the earth? Are you ready? So, I have my sunlight and I have my earth here. And let me introduce to you my little friend, the little girl. Little girl is living in Malaysia. And I have my little boy. Little boy is living on the other side of the earth, the USA. So I have my little girl living in Malaysia and my little boy living in the USA. So when the earth rotates, turns, when the earth rotates, when the earth turns, the little girl and little boy will receive the sunlight. The sunlight will shine on the earth. So now the little girl in Malaysia receives the sunlight. But the little boy here doesn't receive the sunlight because the sun comes from this side. It shines on the earth. But not to worry, the earth will turn. The earth turns and rotates. So when the earth turns and rotates, the sunlight will shine on the different part of the earth. So now the sunlight shines on the little girl, but not the little boy. So when the earth turns, then the little boy receives the sunlight, but not the little girl here. And this is where the sunlight comes from. The sunlight comes from the sun and it shines on the earth. So learners, did you have fun seeing how the sunlight shines on the earth? So now let's revise. So where does sunlight come from? I bet you know the answers now, right? Sunlight comes from the sun. The sun, because the sun, it is a star. It shines on its own. The sunlight shines onto the earth. And when the sunlight shines onto the earth, this part of the earth is sunny day. This part of the earth is sunny day. And the earth will turn. The earth will rotate. So different parts on the earth will get sunny days. And now let's continue. Let's talk about the protective layer of the earth, the magic layer of the earth. So we know that the sun is very, very, very hot. Its core, it's about 15 million degrees Celsius, and the sun is very, very hot. So when the sunlight directly shines onto the earth, it will be too hot. We can't take the heat, so the earth has its own magic layer, its own protective layer to protect us, to absorb some of the sunlight's heat so we won't get burned. So this protective layer, this magic layer, we call it the ozone layer. The ozone layer. The ozone layer. It protects us from the sunlight's heat. It absorbs the sun's UV radiation. It absorbs the sun's heat. So it's not too hot for us. So now, today we learned about the weather, the sunny day, and where does sunlight come from? How does sunlight reach the earth? And so on. So now let's go on to the How Much I've Learned session. And before that, please do remember to subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And do message us via Facebook to get your free materials. How much I've learned. The first activity for How Much I've Learned, we are going to make our own sun and earth model, and learners may demonstrate how sunlight gets to the earth. And the second activity of How Much I've Learned, we are going to assemble the puzzle of where did sunlight come from. We are going to do the puzzle. And the third activity of How Much I've Learned, we are going to revise on all the facts that we have learned for our sun, our earth, and our ozone layer. We are going to play with the fact cards. And for the last part, we are going to put on our thinking cap. And let's think about what do we wear on sunny days. We are going to do a fun activity. And what can we do on sunny days? All the instructions for How Much I've Learned activities and Put on Your Thinking Cap activities are all visible at the top of our material. And that's all for our first lesson of our theme, weather. And I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And do remember to subscribe, like, and follow us. And I will see you soon. Thank you. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go.